All right. Hello, hello. Welcome everyone to our Team Passion Zoom call. I guess this is our monthly Zoom call because I'm doing Zoom and then a live video in Team Passion and then Zoom and then live video in Team Passion. Um, so that's good. I think this schedule will work. So one of the things I kind of wanted, so it's the first Thursday in October, so exciting, fresh new month. One of the things that I kind of wanted to chat about tonight is just kind of bring everybody back to basics again. I like to kind of do calls like this every once in a while. And I can feel that within the team, like everybody just kind of getting a little bit overwhelmed and trying to go in all these different directions. So usually when I can feel something going on in the team, it reminds me how to bring everybody back together. And it's very important to do that this time of year. So we're in our last quarter of this year. Everybody's got some really great goals going on. And we just kind of want to finish this year really strong as a team. We don't want to finish this year as we started this year, because it's been a rough year. So we want to finish this year, just really, really strong. And I want to make sure we're very much taking it back to the basics. So one of the things that we're going to talk about in a little bit here is Nikki is going to share her whole clean week plan that she's been working on. So I don't know for you guys if it was the same. I was texting Monica and she felt the same way I did. But it was very much like, okay, go watch this training. Here's this FAQ. And then people in all the pages were like, so if someone buys this, and then I'm like, oh my gosh, this clean week thing is stressing me out. Like I was like, I don't even want to promote this because what is going on? And so then I finally just watched. So I started watching all the trainings, and I was like getting even more overwhelmed. So then I just watched the Kim Carver one and the Beachbody Champions page, simplified it, and I was like, okay, all I'm going to do is sell the one that comes with the Shakeology sampler, and they're going to sign up and they're going to get their bod, and then everybody else that already has bod can go and do what they want. Like I was like, I'm not going to worry about sending someone here and do it. Like there was just so many what ifs if someone does this, or maybe you can send them the meal plan as the coach. And I was like, what? So Nikki is going to pull that all together for us, which I'm excited about because, like I said, I was like, there's too much going on. But it's good as leaders to recognize when you're starting to feel that. Like when you're starting to feel overwhelmed and you have to go, okay, what's first? What do I need to focus on right now? And that's like in your daily habits too. Like, you may look at your daily to-do list and you may go, okay, I have to reach out to 10 people. I got to make sure I do my personal development. I got to work out. I got to drink my shake. I got to, and you're looking at this list and you're like, and I have 5 minutes to do all this, right? Like you're just looking at the big picture and you're like, I don't have time to do any of this today. Where we actually do, we just have to break it down. So just like we break it down with our work schedule, like if we were at a regular 9 to 5, or we break it down with our kids, calendars and activities, and multiple kids have to be in the same place at the same time, and you're only one person, but you figure it out, right? Like you do, because you have to. And so I want us to kind of think about that piece with the business, and just reel ourselves back in. And so one of the things we've been talking a ton about lately too is making sure we're meeting people where they need to be. So in the past 7 years, and for me, I'm taking it back to the very beginning so that I'm not getting super overwhelmed. So in the very beginning, the only option that I gave people was to sign up as a discount coach on Shakeology. Like that was it. Maria, you're sharing your screen. I don't know if I can fix that. View options. Okay, good. She did it. Good, because I'm like, I don't think I can do that. Okay. So in the beginning, one of the things that you know, it was basically like everybody comes in as a discount coach and they drink Shakeology, and like that's it. That's how we signed everybody up. And then if they wanted to do a workout program, they would buy that at their coach discount. Like, so literally I paid a $40 sign up fee, then I paid $90 for Shakeology, and then I paid $90 for P90X. So it was like, so it was way more money than it is now. So it was $240 or whatever that equals, 200, whatever. So that's how much, you know, it costs to do all that. And when we signed everybody up that way, and it was fine, and everybody was fine, right? And so then over the years, new products come out, the challenge packs came out. So here's what I want to share with you. Some of the biggest changes that happened with this in the company that wasn't well received right away was, first, when they introduced Success Club. Second was when they introduced challenge packs. And third is where they're introducing Beachbody On Demand, so going from DVDs to online, right? So there were 3 really big times since 2007 that big changes happened, and not everybody got on board. And then once they did, and we all kind of calmed down, I wasn't there for the Success Club thing. That already existed. It had only existed for the past few months when I started. But once everybody kind of just relaxed, took a step back, looked at all the benefits. So challenge packs were one of the big ones. And I had a hard time transitioning. I was like, how do I do this? People are just gonna, you know, this is how I've been signing people up. And so you had to go with the changes. And so now that's happening with Beachbody On Demand. It was like, wait, our volume's going down because now people aren't buying the DVDs every few months. And what are we doing here? And so this has been a bit of a transition year, but I'm quite confident that 2018 is just gonna be on that upswing and that explosive growth, and everybody's adjusting and everybody's doing really well with everything. But I want to remind you, I post that daily to-do list that I created a couple months ago often, because it's literally all I want you to focus on. Like, I know there's so many other things out there, and there's so many shiny objects, and there's this training to do and that training to do, and this mentor is doing a webinar, and this Beachbody's doing a webinar, and the UK and Clean Week, and right? And so then what people end up doing is they just shut down and stop doing all of it, right? And so we have to stop ourselves in our tracks to not do that. And one of the biggest ways that you cannot do that is to stay plugged in to us, and stay plugged into this team, and stay plugged into our trainings and everything that we're doing, because I've been simplifying all of our trainings like back to day one. Like, I even filled out the first 30 hours goal sheet today, and I posted it on the Coach Basics group. I was the only one, but I'm sure everyone will catch on. But I did that today. Like, I printed out, these are my goals. This, you know, and I wrote at the top, because it said, like, what's your why in this business? So I was like, okay, my why right now is, and I wrote it out, and then I didn't put like my income goals and stuff there. I don't want to freak out new coaches, but I just kind of, you know, filled in little areas. But I basically was like, I'm going to commit to 20 hours a week. I'm going to commit to my workout every day. I'm going to commit to my Shakeology every day. I'm going to commit to my personal development every day. I'm going to commit to talking to 10 people a day. And I just filled it out like I was a brand new coach, because that's what we need to do. We need to reel ourselves back in, pretend we're a brand new coach, act like we're brand new coaches, remember what it was like to be a brand new coach, and keep going on the basics. And like I said, I know it's hard because there's so much going on. Like the email we got today, like that was summarizing everything that's coming up. I'm like, okay, wait, what? And I like pulled out my cozy, and I was like, what do I have to put in here? You know, I sat down with Mark. I was like, Mark, okay, the Coach Online office is opening on the 9th. Here's all the changes. Is there anything we need to do? Like, I needed to talk out that email out loud today. Like it for some reason it was like 10 items, and it stressed me out. It was like too big. I was like, why are you telling me 10 things at once, Beachbody? Like, stop it. Like, didn't you just tell me that Clean Week's going on? And does it like, stop giving me too much information? So I want you guys to know, like, I wanted you to hear some of that stuff tonight, because I I don't share that enough. I don't think you guys think I get freaked out. Like, I think, I'm like smooth sailing. Just do this, just do that. But behind the computer, I'm like, wait, what? What do I have to do? What does this mean? Oh my God. I just watched 4 trainings on Clean Week and I still have no idea what I'm doing. Like, this is normal. And this still happens 7 years later. And we still just have to plug into each other and we have to ask for help, And so I reached out to Nikki because she, in our 90 Day to Diamond group, she's like, okay, so this is what I did today. And I have 4 people ready to order in Clean Week. And I opened an event and then I went live here and I was like, oh, okay. So she's got a plan. Like, she did a plan. And so the only reason why I knew she did that is because she's plugged in to the Diamond page and she's sharing what she's doing. And so that makes a huge difference because even me, 7 years later, I'm going to learn tonight from her. So it's really, really important for you to remind yourself every day what your why is in this business. And my why is not the same as it was 7 years ago. It's very different now, right? So you have to evaluate that. And you have to go back to the basics and you have to set your goals to be your goals. Like, that is the biggest piece of advice I can give you. Do not, and I think we got away from sharing our goals because I think people started copying each other's goals too much. And even though I would say, hey guys, if that's your same goal, awesome, go with it. But stop copying each other's goals. Like, just make sure they're your goals, whatever those are, and make sure they're your goals for at the right time in this business. So you're going to have goals that you want to happen in 3 to 5 years, and I want you to write those out, and I want you to see that big vision, because you have to, in order to focus on what you need to focus on today, you need to see the big picture. You need to understand where this business could go, the potential, what this could do for you in the next 5 years. But then you've got to bring it back to, okay, so but today, what's my focus? Okay, my focus is to consistently make $500 a week. So how do I do that? Okay, I should maybe get $200 maybe a week should be in retail. So then how do I get team cycle bonuses to happen and matching bonuses, and so just breaking that down for yourself will make a huge difference. And the 90 Day to Diamond people have had the opportunity to hear from 3 different 5-star and above coaches. They've heard from Keith Callahan, Jessica Vanderberg, and Bob Lucido. And maybe because we're all on the same team, but it was the same message throughout the whole thing. They all did their business a little differently, but it's all the same message, and it's all the 4 vital behaviors, and it's all staying plugged in, and it's all making sure that you're not getting overwhelmed, and it's making sure you're doing the right things when you need to, and it's making sure you're setting your goal. It was just all of the same stuff that we know we need to do. But here's what happens each day. And then I'm done here in a minute. Here's what happens each day. We look at our to-do list and we're like, this is not sexy, right? Like, this is boring. Like, really, do I have to message 15 people? Like, this is boring, right? And so we have to spice it up, and we have to take away. So what I've been doing with messaging my people is, and I wrote this on the daily to-do list, I want you to have like different categories. So one of the things that I've been doing is it always comes back to the birthdays for me, right? Like, birthdays, when people have birthdays on Facebook, it's always a good reminder to me who is in my circle, who I need to be focusing on, who I need to unfriend. Like, it's always just the birthdays. The events on the birthdays are just big for me. So I take the birthdays and I go through and I scroll the person's page, and I'm like, how do I know this person? Do we have any mutual friends in common? And then I'll hit the message button to see if we've ever talked. So if there's literally like no friends in common, we've never talked through Messenger, I don't really know where this person came from, right? So I'll check their Facebook page and I'll just go through and I'll be like, oh, okay, this is actually someone I could get to know. So I'll send them a big happy birthday message, wishing them a wonderful day. I hope they have an amazing day and they get spoiled and whatever. So it's a little different from just writing on their timeline, right? And they all say thank you regardless. But then it also gives me, oh, happy birthday to a customer of mine who hasn't been active in my challenge group for the past 2.5 years. So it gives me a, hey, happy birthday, Sue. I hope you have an amazing day. Please let me know if there's anything, I hope I usually say something different, but I usually say something like, I hope you're rocking your health and fitness, something like that. And so I bring back, this is how we know each other type things. And then I just go through old customers, I go through my coaches, and then I go through people who are interested in my events. And I just kind of go through and talk to different people with no agenda, right? No outcome. I have no expectation. I don't know what this happy birthday is going to lead to. I don't care. Like, I'm literally just genuinely want to wish them a happy birthday, right? And so just taking it back to this truly relationship building piece of it and doing these first thing in your business hours, right? Do not put your invites away until right now. Like, if you're doing your invites at 9:00 every night and you haven't talked to anyone all day, or not necessarily your invites, but any of your conversations, like, that's gonna be rough. Kind of like your workout, like it's weighing on you all day, right? And so you've got to get in the right mindset to just, like when Carl did that group, like doing those donuts, like just going, messaging 5, 10, 15 people before you even have time to think. So I do all of my like happy birthdays and checking in on people while my Energize is kicking in. And so that's what I do. I don't necessarily need to do my personal development first. I actually like to do that after my workout. So it just kind of depends. I know some people need their personal development to get their courage up to do their invites, so that's fine. But I wouldn't put them off to the end of the night just as much as I wouldn't put my workout off to the end of the night. So just a little tip if you can try to fit that in, but I know some people's schedules, it just doesn't work that way. But I just want everyone to kind of reel it back into the basics, plug back into the group. Like you've seen me in the Team Passion, I just want the energy better. I just want to cleanse it. I want to, a lot of top coaches or 5 stars and above took the 5-star group. Jeff Hill closed the old one down and opened a new one. And so a lot of 5-star coaches have done the same thing. They've closed their old Facebook group down and opened a new one. And instead, I decided to just clean ours up. I've deleted files. I've cleaned up files. I'm deleting people, and it's so funny. I've been deleting people that I never hear from. And I'm like, I don't even know who their coach is that added them. And so I've been deleting people for all weekend. And then today when I was like, hey, if you still want to be here, make sure you say something. There's people there that I have no idea who they are. And so I'm like, oh my God, I probably deleted people this weekend that probably wanted to stay there, but they can always request to come back in. But it's just a big cleansing of the energy. I've been all about the energy lately and just kind of making sure that you guys are cleansing your energy too. But I will stop talking. So I asked Nikki to just kind of speak tonight for 5-10 minutes just so that you guys can get a feel of what she's doing for Clean Week, because she has a plan. And I was like all over the place. So Nikki, let me unmute you here. And yeah, so if you can take it away and help us out.
Perfect. Can you hear me?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So I kind of felt the same way as you after I listened to the surge, and I was kind of like, it was the shiny objects thing, it was like all over and there's so much coming out. So I thought, I need to sit down and simplify and take the pieces that fit for me and like implement something, just get something down. And I felt like that was a main theme also, that leaders take what's given to them and they use it in an innovative way. So I connected a lot with Megan, who was the first speaker on the surge, and I kind of patterned what I was doing after her. So the first thing that I did was I set up a group on Facebook, and I just added in one friend, and like a coach, fellow coach, so that I could make this page the way I wanted it before I added anyone else in, seeing what I was posting. So on that page, I put a video, and it was just a welcome video, welcoming them to the group. And I gave a little bit of my story on when I started with Beachbody, as far as, weight loss and what it did to change my life. And I addressed my hesitance to start in the beginning too. And that I wasn't sure I was going to like it. I was afraid I was going to fail. I didn't know if I wanted to invest that much money. And I wish that I had had something like this Clean Week when I started, because I think I would have started a lot sooner than I did. And my only regret is waiting. So I said, this is the perfect solution if you've been on the fence and you want to make a change, but you want to give it a try first and see what this is about. So I told them what they would get in the Clean Week kit, with the 4 workouts, the 7 days of Shakeology, your quick start guide, your meal plan, and a private group to hold you accountable with me as your coach. And then I put the links to order in the comments of that video. And I put the vegan link and the whey-based link there for them so that they could place their order. I put a deadline on that order so that they would get into the group in time for it to begin. And that's how I set it up the way I wanted it, because I wanted it done in that group to then do my invites next. So with the invites, that was kind of a 2-part for me. I did a Facebook post first, just a status post with a transformation picture of myself. And in that post, again, I addressed when I got started, I was really scared. I was hesitant for a long time. I would have started this sooner. If, just the reasons, we're afraid, we don't want to invest the cost, we don't know if it'll work. And, if you can relate to that, I have a brand new group that I know is going to be great for you. Click the link in the comments below to request to join the group and just get some more information. And so in the comments, I linked the group because I know that we're not supposed to include links in our original post. Facebook hides those because it sees it as spamming. So I didn't want to do that. So I made sure I put it in the comments of my post. So I had a lot of people requesting in, so they had to take an action first to get into the group. And then once I saw that they requested in, I approved it and I tagged them in that welcome video and just said, hey, welcome to the group. Check this out. I'll be in contact with you soon. So I did that first. And then anyone who liked my post got a personal message. And on that, I just sent them a really quick, simple message. Hey, I saw that you liked my post about my 1-week fitness challenge. Would you happen to have any interest in joining me? And I was getting responses back from that too. Yeah, I was kind of curious about it. And I said, well, how about I just add you into this group? There's a video with information there. Just check it out and see if it could be right for you. And people said, okay, add me in. So I was adding them in that way. I also thought about people that gave me the cost objection. People who said, I don't know if I can stick with this. I don't know if I have the willpower to work out at home. I don't know if groups are for me. I don't know if shakes are for me. Whatever excuse they had, I thought about that. And I have, a running list of people, or maybe they said yes, but never processed their order. So I went through and sent them a personal message too. And I tailored that message to them and really just said, I think this could be a great option for you to try this for a week. Give me a week, give it your all, and just see what you think. So really, I'm thinking throughout that week's process, hopefully we can get them engaged and plugged in and kind of sprinkle things in throughout that group about our ongoing challenge and getting them into something longer term, letting them know this is a start for something bigger, that if you made this much progress in a week, think of how much you could make in 3 weeks. Think of how much you could make in 6 weeks. And really kind of sharing maybe some transformation stories in throughout that week too, giving them some hope of what's possible for them and showing them during that week that they can do it too. They're no different than us, kind of building their confidence and really becoming invested in them. So I guess that was my plan.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. So I love that. So the two big things that I got from that is, putting a link to the group. So it's almost like they don't have to really talk to you if they don't want to quite yet,
Yeah.
right? Like, so it's
Yeah.
a way out for them. And then when you recorded the live video in that group, a link to order in the comments. So again,
Yes.
we don't really have to talk type thing. Like, so people,
Mm-hmm.
for whatever reason, they don't want to talk yet, like until
Yeah.
they know you or until they get to know the group or until, there's just with social media, people, as easier as it is for us to like talk to them and try to get them on the phone and ask them their goals, but it's just, that's just, which is a great point to the fact that this business isn't the same as it was 7 years ago when I started, where people be like, sure, yeah, call me. Like that, like people, like Monica will text me and, we text all day long. And like, if one of us to say something else, we'll be like, can I call you? Like, we ask permission now because it's like that's
Yeah.
just how it is. So I think that that's gonna be, those two pieces right there, you guys, are gonna be very effective for people. And so, and do it more than once with with that post, and be
Mm-hmm.
creative with that post and say, hey, if you want to join, the link is in the comments. And do you
Exactly.
have a plan quite yet on like how often you're gonna run these groups? Or are you just gonna see how this one goes?
I originally was thinking maybe every 2 weeks,
Yeah.
because then I could get through Clean Week and then have like a week of inviting and then start another one.
Yeah.
So I thought maybe 2 weeks, and then we could even, it gives me that time to kind of talk to people and invite and
Yeah.
things like that, and transition the other people over to the other challenge group, the ongoing challenge group,
Right.
at the end, which I don't know, I'm thinking of offering some incentives maybe if they go through Clean Week and then purchase a challenge pack, like a free cookbook, or maybe some of the resistance loops for 80 Day Obsession, or sliders or something like that, to say if you go through this Clean Week and then you purchase a challenge pack, which I might sprinkle that in at the end as an incentive then to move them on to the next program and with a challenge pack.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think this like, so, when I first heard about this whole thing, I was so excited about it because I don't run free groups because I don't want to do the work. Like, I haven't been doing it for 7 years. I'm like, I'm not coming up with a meal plan, even though other people like created ones and I could have stolen them or whatever, but it wasn't something I wanted to do. So whenever this came up, I was super excited, but then I got super overwhelmed. So, yeah.
Yeah. I'm thinking this can be something I reuse though. So like my welcome group that I set up, the video that's in there, I can keep it in there.
Right.
And those links can stay in there. And so all I'll do is clear it out, and then I can use that again as the invite to the group for the next time, and they can get information that way as well. So I'm kind of seeing it too as having the links there and all the information everybody needs. That's less like, sometimes we worry we have to respond to a message right away, or they're going to go to the website and buy it the wrong way. Or they're going to not buy it at all if we don't respond right away. So this way, it's kind of like the ball's in their court. Like, here's everything you need to get started. And as soon as they make that decision that they're ready, they can click and complete, and it's already linked to me. We're already set to go. And I don't feel like I have to be like constantly on my phone monitoring, are they going to do this? Are they not going to do this? Do I need to set up a cart? What do I need to do? So I thought it simplified that for me that way.
Yeah, no, for sure. Very, very good. I like it. Does anyone have any questions?
One more thing, actually. Can I add one more thing?
Of course.
All right. So I was also marketing this within my challenge group to people who maybe don't have Shakeology already, because this is, it's a 7-day sampler for $30. So even if they already have Beachbody on demand, so they have Clean Week, we used to sell our 7-day sampler, I think, for $35. Am I correct in that? I thought it was, I was thinking it was $35 for our 7-day sampler before. So this is less. Plus then they're getting the printed versions of the meal plan and, the book and everything to walk them through. So if they've been off track, maybe this would give them something like a week, get back on track. Kind of like the 3-day refresh gets people back on. like this could help them do that too. So I thought it was a good add-on, even if they're current BOD members, if they have a program but maybe never had Shakeology and things like that. Or if they were hesitant to switch over to digital, let them try out a digital workout and see if they can stream it and how they like it.
Yep, perfect. Yes.
Yeah.
Good. Yeah, and then the other thing I just want to address, so this is on top of your normal stuff. So try not to don't take all this time on clean week this entire month, and then all of a sudden at the end of the month, you're like, crap, all I've sold is clean week. I mean, it's not going to be the end of the world, but there's going to be people that are ready for the 160 all access Beachbody On Demand challenge packs or, whatever. So, just make sure you're giving everyone the options, which is another reason why I really like to get on the phone with people, because I ask a lot of questions on, okay, so talk to me about that, and it just helps fit them into the right package for them. But just make sure that everyone is still, focusing on, there are still people out there that are going to be ready to invest in it all right away and not start with clean week. So
yeah,
I just want to throw that out there for you guys too. Cool. Any questions? Any more questions or comments? Yes, Renee. Let me unmute you. Hold on. Okay. Yes.
You don't get any Success Club points for the clean week, right?
No.
Okay.
No.
All right.
Yes. Cool. Anything else? Like anything else that anyone needed addressed Team Passion wise? All right, cool. Well, thank you guys for being here. Thank you, Nikki, so much for just simplifying that for us, because it is huge. And yeah, thank you guys for being here. Thank you guys for plugging into everything that we have. So, all familiar faces on here. So you're all plugged in and doing what you need to do everywhere else. So I truly appreciate that. You know how big I am on plugging in and making sure people don't disappear. So thank you. And let's continue to just crush our goals and help people and not stress about all the other stuff, right? All right. Have a good night, guys. Thank you.
Thanks.
Bye.